Hi there. Have you ever stopped to think about what life was like before smartphones? It may seem hard to imagine, but there was a time when we had to find other ways to stay entertained and connected to the world. In this video, we're going to take a look back at life before smartphones and see how things have changed. Entertainment. When it comes to entertainment, life before smartphones was quite different. If you wanted to watch a movie or TV show, you had to either rent a physical copy or wait for it to come on TV. If you wanted to listen to music, you had to use a CD player or a Walkman. And if you wanted to play a video game, you had to use a console or a computer. But despite these limitations, people still found ways to have fun. For example, board games and card games were popular forms of entertainment, and people would often gather with friends and family to play these games. Reading was also a popular pastime, and libraries and bookstores were bustling places where people could find their next great read. Communication. Communication was also different before smartphones. If you wanted to send a message to someone, you had to use a phone or write them a letter. If you wanted to send an email, you had to use a computer. And if you wanted to find out what was going on in the world, you had to read the news in a newspaper or watch the news on TV. Long-distance communication was also more challenging before smartphones. If you wanted to call someone who lived far away, you had to pay for expensive long-distance calls. And if you wanted to send a letter to someone, it could take several days or even weeks for the letter to arrive. Navigation. Navigation was also a challenge before smartphones. If you wanted to find your way around, you had to use a map or GPS device. And if you got lost, you had to stop and ask for directions. Photography. Photography was also quite different before smartphones. If you wanted to take a photo, you had to use a physical camera. And if you wanted to share your photos with others, you had to develop the film and print out the photos. Taking photos was also more expensive before smartphones. You had to pay for film, and you only had a limited number of shots to take. And if you wanted to share your photos with others, you had to pay for prints or send them by mail. Socializing. Socializing was also different before smartphones. If you wanted to meet up with friends, you had to make plans in advance and stick to them. You couldn't simply send a quick text to see if someone was free. And if you wanted to find out what was going on in your community, you had to attend events or join local organizations. So there you have it, life before smartphones was definitely different from what we're used to today. But despite the challenges, people still found ways to have fun and stay connected. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more content.